What's up, you guys? What's going on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my studio, Studio 840, which is really this big old room. So I get friends all the time that say, Big, like, yo, Scotty, what's up, man? Like, what studio you went to? You know, I'm sure it costs. Sure, you had to go to a major studio to get that done. You know, who you working with, who's your engineer. And for the most part, I tell people all the time, I work out of my home studio. So with that, I wanted to be able to kind of show you a few things that I have in my home studio and how I get the quality sound that I do. All right, so number one is a computer. First things first, the kind of computer I have is a Apple 2012 Mac Mini. It's really small, it's really light, and I could take it anywhere. That was the main reason for me getting it, because I wanted something that was still a desktop and not just a laptop and had another screen attached to it and all that. I just wanted to be able to still have the feelings of a desktop, but yet not take up a lot of space. And a Mac Mini is perfect for it. So it was actually really cheap, wasn't that expensive. If you look up Mac Minis right now on eBay or anything like that, you can find a really good price for them. Perfect for a small setup or a place where you don't have a whole lot of room. Mac Mini's perfect for it. When it comes to my interface, I ended up upgrading it to a Focusrite Clarett 4 Pre. I have a family member of mine who actually has the 8 Pre, which is the rack version. And I thought the sound that came out of that, the crispiness of the sound was phenomenal. So it was something that I looked into, and ever since I bought it, it has changed my recordings tremendously. People hit me up all the time thinking that I recorded these in big studios, a lot of my songs in big studios. Right out of here, right in a room, bedroom, no crazy stuff on the walls, nothing major. That Focusrite in itself gave my crispiness, gave all of my vocals tremendous sound. Next will be my microphone. I originally, like I said before, I started off with a Spark Blue microphone, which was good. It's a like medium diaphragm condenser microphone, I believe, and it was great starting off. One thing that I started to realize was if you are somebody who has a very loud voice or propels out loud quite a bit, it doesn't necessarily always capture major high frequencies. So I eventually upgraded to a Rode NT2. It's an original microphone, so when they originally made the NT2, which is I believe in the 90s, I have one of those microphones. I got it off of like eBay, and sound, the quality, definitely a step up. It definitely gave my recordings a little bit of warmth, a little bit of feel to them. So that's actually, which is this microphone here that I use pretty much all the time. Yep, best one. And then next, I ended up getting KRK Rokit 5s. Before, I never even had monitors. These were actually my first pair. These are still my first pair of monitors. Haven't changed since I got them. I originally just had headphones. For the longest time, I would mix a lot of my songs all through Pro Tools, strictly through my headphones, and then play it out through like my like computer speakers or like a sound system that I had. But for the most part, everything was done over headphones, and I ended up upgrading to the Rokit 5s. And for a house studio, I would actually say that these are probably the best thing or the best size to get. Anything bigger, you should be staying in a house and not an apartment, because obviously people are going to hear you. The bass in those are 10 times more. These, to me, I felt I have just a 2-bedroom, a pretty small 2-bedroom house, and for the most part it's just loud enough to that the house can hear, but outside those walls it's not too bad for like neighbors or anything like that. But the recording process in itself, being able to hear how it sounds on smaller speakers, to me the Rokit 5s have done a tremendous job, and it's been a great thing to invest in. It's definitely get you some monitors. And last but not least, or I guess not last, it's second to last, the headphones that I use. I originally started off with Audio Technica, which I still have. They're still up there. But I also, for my mixing, I ended up getting these DT 770 Pros. To me, mixing wise, they're a better mixing headphone. I record a lot with my Audio Technica. It's a little bit louder, it's more in your face. But those are the headphones that I use. You can pretty much use any kind of headphones. Earbuds, they're good for traveling. They're very easy to compact. But if you're truly trying to mix or really hear yourself, unless you like it that way, I definitely think a closed back, a good pair of studio headphone monitors, it's the way to go. Okay, so now last but not least, your DAW. Your DAW, the DAW, your DAW, my DAW, your DAW. The DAW that I use is Pro Tools. It's what I record out of. If you're a songwriter, rapper, singer, anybody that's just recording vocals or instruments, Pro Tools is top of the line and pretty much industry standard. So you can't go wrong with it, and it's pretty easy to learn. If you're doing production or beats or anything like that, FL Studio, Reason, there's definitely other DAW systems that you'll end up using that a lot of times you will take what you made in those systems and then transfer them into Pro Tools. So if you kind of already start off with Pro Tools and work your way through Pro Tools, you'll pretty much be in line with anybody else that's in the industry. Okay, so taking you a little bit closer onto my setup, right? I have a 4-pre Clarett by Focusrite. This is also my Mac Mini. Very small, very sleek, as you can see. My Rokit K5s, which this desk, if in reality, is not all that big. So that's pretty much just the setup itself. I like to keep mine pretty basic. I don't like a lot of things on my shelves or anything that I sort in my way when I like to write and sit down and kind of be in my zone. So no candles and no things of that sort to make it all look pretty. I kind of keep mine basic and clean. Roll it around through my mic and my stand. I have a Frameworks, a Gator Frameworks, which I really enjoy because of the different positions that I can put it in. Different knobs and extend it really far and things of that sort. So my headphones, the DTs, those are my mixing headphones. And this is the Rode NT2. And these are my Audio Technicas. I think these are the 50s. I believe that's what that is, the 50s and 50X. So I've had those for quite a while. Trust me, they've gone through it. So just updated my screen. I actually got a computer monitor. I used to use just a TV, 32-inch TV, but now I believe this is a 27-inch Samsung computer monitor. So like it 10 times better than a TV. It just fits the screen more, a little bit more detail, especially when I'm recording and editing and chopping things up. My home setup right there. Real simple, real basic. So again, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining the video. Like it or subscribe, because trust me, my music will go on forever.